In a world that rewards loud voices and obvious displays, the power of silent attractiveness is still very strong but often ignored. Many people struggle with the desire to be noticed and appreciated without having to do anything, self-promotion, or making grand moves all the time. This common problem makes us wonder how to improve our social skills in a quiet but effective way. One answer is to learn about Stoicism, an old philosophy that teaches the virtue of restraint and the strength of quiet dignity. Stoicism gives us timeless advice on how to create a magnetic, real presence that doesn't need to shout to be felt. It teaches us that real attractiveness comes from having deep-seated confidence, well-developed character, and a way of life that values depth over show. This book talks about 10 smart ways to show this kind of silent attractiveness, such as improving your body language, expressing yourself through fashion, being funny, and showing kindness. Each strategy is meant to improve how others see you in a subtle but important way. These methods don't require you to change who you are. Instead, they bring out the best in you in ways that speak volumes without words. And now for a little challenge. Don't miss a single moment of this meaningful submission today. Not only will it help us keep making useful content, it will also help you. Mark the start of your path to personal growth as you read each point and think about how adding these small but powerful changes can change how you connect with others and make you more socially attractive. Are you ready to learn more about the deep knowledge of Stoicism? Please leave a comment when you're ready to begin your journey. Number 1. Don't reveal everything about yourself. Stoic philosophy says that mystery is both a shield and a gentle magnet in the web of human relationships. Marcus Aurelius, a humble emperor, said, "Be like the promontory. The waves keep breaking against it, but it stands firm and calms the stormy water around it." This metaphor does a great job of capturing the Stoic attitude to sharing personal information. Stay true to who you are, and let the surface things go around you without giving it all away. Stoics value self-mastery, and one way to do that is to choose not to share everything about yourself. This strategic reserve is not about putting up walls, but about keeping an inner sanctum that is not easily disturbed by outside views. It's about taking charge of the narrative of your life. Sharing selectively earns you respect and sparks interest. This selective sharing boosts your allure and invites others to connect more deeply rather than casually. Take a look at a real-life example from modern business leaders. The COO of Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, talks a lot about the power of being vulnerable, but she also keeps a strategic reserve that keeps her professional authority. She is the perfect example of measured transparency, showing her weaknesses in a way that doesn't make her less of a leader. Besides that, this selective sharing makes links stronger. When people know they are only seeing parts of your story, they respect your character's complexity more. They are drawn to the stability and depth that your self-control suggests. Channeling the calm of a Stoic sage in the midst of the chaos of the world, by adopting this Stoic strategy, you not only protect your peace, you also boost your social appeal, making people want to learn more about you like they would read a well-written book page by page. Number 2. Express yourself through fashion. Have you ever looked at every item of clothes in your closet? It might seem like Stoicism, which is about inner growth, has nothing to do with fashion, but Marcus Aurelius once said that the beauty of the body is a type of beauty that is more superficial than that which comes from the condition of the soul. This makes us think about how our choices on the outside can reflect the depth of our inner state. Expressing yourself through fashion is more than just vanity. It's a way to show your values and personality without saying a word. It shows a deliberate choice that reflects the Stoic value of having a real and intentional life. When you pick out an outfit, think of it as a chance to match your outward self with your inner beliefs. Functionality and simplicity, being humble or even brave. All of these things can show how strong you are. Think about how a well-chosen item or an outfit that is meant to be simple can say a lot about how much you value self-control and purpose. It's not just fashion. As a result, each item is picked out not for its looks, but for its story and meaning. These choices are in line with the stern dedication to being real and deliberate. turning the clothes you wear every day into a way to share your ideas. If your clothes could talk, what would they say about your journey and the values you hold dear? Would they show that you value practicality, natural fabrics, or a color palette that honors the somber beauty of nature? The choices you make about your style can become a sign of a life lived on purpose according to Stoic virtues. When you go shopping next, I want you to think about this. Does your closet reflect your values? How do the clothes you wear show what you believe in? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments section below. Let's encourage each other to show our inner virtues by making every piece of clothing a statement of our unwavering resolve to live a quiet life. Number 3, embrace authenticity. Authenticity is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. It means making sure that your deeds match your inner values. Epictetus famously said, "Don't just say you've read books. Show that they have taught you to think better and be a more discriminating and reflective person." This call to authentic living challenges us to be our true selves in all areas of our lives. In a world where social personas are often curated and superficial, how can you make sure that your actions match your true beliefs and intentions? Stoicism tells us that our thoughts, words, and actions should all be true to who we are, so that our persona stays the same, even when society puts pressure on us. Being the same person in public and in private is very appealing, because it's not often that people who value the real qualities you show come along. This is true whether those qualities are honesty, passion, integrity, or sincerity. This can be very freeing. Have you ever felt like being your true self made a friendship stronger or opened up new ones? Chances for growth. Think about how being authentic has changed the way you connect with others. To truly embrace authenticity, one must regularly engage in self-reflection. Stoic practice not only helps you understand yourself better, but it also forces you to make choices that are in line with your deepest values. It takes courage to be true to yourself in a world that often rewards conformity. Remember that authenticity isn't just about being honest with other people, it's also about being honest with yourself. As you go through life, ask yourself, are my actions truly reflecting my beliefs? This isn't just a question, it's a call to action. It's a reminder that the most attractiveness comes from living a genuine life. The power of nonverbal communication is often stronger than the power of words in shaping thoughts and actions. This silent language includes things like body language and facial reactions, posture, and even the space between people who are talking to each other. Mastering these cues can make it a lot easier for others to see and understand us. Let's look more into this idea in our next focus. Number 4, refine nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication includes a deep but silent conversation that goes on in every encounter. The Stoics, who stressed self-control and awareness, knew how powerful these silent signals could be. Seneca once said, "Even when a silent person speaks," which shows how our body language affects those around us. By improving our nonverbal cues, we can often have a bigger effect on how others see and react to us than through words alone. The most direct and powerful form of nonverbal communication may be facial emotions. A nice smile, crowding your eyebrows, or making a small frown can show a lot of different feelings and goals, often without using words. Think about how often a simple smile or stern look has made you feel something. Universal signals can help people understand or not understand each other based on how they are interpreted. Gestures are also very important. For example, a nod can mean agree or pause or attention. These body language cues help us make our points clear and show seriousness or urgency, but differences in how people from different cultures use their bodies can cause misunderstandings, bringing up how important it is to be culturally aware when improving our behavioral skills. Also, your posture and stance can tell a lot about you. An open stance or a straight posture can show confidence and an openness that invites conversation, while crossed arms or a slouched posture can show boredom or defensiveness. What do you do when you have to stand or sit during important talks? Thinking about and changing your posture can have a huge impact on how you connect with others. Think about how leaders are judged, not only on the choices they make, but also on how they act in a crisis. A leader who keeps their cool under pressure is likely to do a good job. Show that you are stable and confident. Adding to Stoic grit. In the same way, people are often seen as more charismatic and approachable when they use controlled and thoughtful gestures in everyday life. By improving our nonverbal communication, we not only become better communicators, but also more empathetic and effective in our interactions. By learning to read and use these silent cues more effectively, we make a deeper connection with those around us, which leads to more meaningful and productive relationships. Number 5, stand out with etiquette. When you're about to criticize someone, ask yourself this: which of my flaws is most like the one I'm about to criticize? This question from the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius makes us think about how we act before we judge others. It shows how important it is to be self-aware and kind in our relationships. Foundational parts of excellent manners. In a society prone to snap judgments and sharp responses, standing out through constant mindful manners can be a life-changing strategy. As an example, former US President Barack Obama is known for being calm and respectful. Despite the high pressures of being president, Obama always showed politeness and consideration in his interactions, which not only made him more likable, but also set a standard for diplomatic behavior around the world. Obama's approach shows how deep-seated etiquette can raise a person's status and influence in any setting. Why is it that people who are polite leave the most lasting impressions? How can following some of Obama's ways of being polite and respectful make your interactions and disagreements better? Today, think about these questions and please share your ideas or personal stories in the sections below. Being polite isn't just an old set of rules. It's a strategy for building relationships and communicating effectively. When you treat others with respect and attention, you set yourself apart in a world where common courtesy is often overlooked. Your dedication to etiquette not only improves your personal interactions, but it also sets a standard that can positively affect others. As we go about our daily lives, let us remember that the quiet strength of politeness is a profound force for change and connection. Before we move on to the 6th strategy, please accept my sincere thanks for coming with me to this stop. Your appearance here shows how determined you are to use Stoic strategies to improve your life. Now, let's move on to the next 5 strategies on this journey. Number 6, develop cultural literacy. How can learning about the different cultures of the world help us connect with each other? Cultural literacy isn't just noticing differences, it's also about truly understanding and appreciating the different ways people live and think around the world. Encourages empathy and respect, which are important in both personal and professional interactions. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was a slave before he was freed, often talked about how important it is to understand and adapt to one's surroundings. He taught that if you want to be a writer, you have to write. This can also be applied to cultural literacy. If you want to understand another culture, you have to immerse yourself in it. Stress how important it is to interact directly with people from different countries in order to fully understand their differences and points of view. Why does this matter in today's interconnected world? Because globalization brings us closer together. Being able to handle cultural differences can make or break international partnerships, negotiations, and everyday interactions. It also creates new opportunities and is essential for avoiding misunderstandings that can come up because of cultural differences. To do this, people should actively seek to learn about other cultures through books, movies, travel, and conversations. As our cultural literacy grows, we gain the skills to deal more effectively and kindly with people from all walks of life. This not only makes our personal experiences better, but it also makes us better at our jobs in a globalized economy. Having a better understanding of other cultures can change how you talk to people from other places and make you more appealing as a flexible and wise person. Think about this as you make plans to learn more about other cultures. Number 7. Evoke intrigue with fragrance. Get people interested with scents. This approach emphasizes the strong but often overlooked impact that smell has on interactions and first impressions, while Stoicism focuses on inner virtues. Epictetus tells us that we shouldn't ignore how we look on the outside. Know who you are first, and then what you want to say. Adorn yourself accordingly. This advice perfectly encapsulates the idea of using fragrance as a deliberate and thoughtful extension of one's personality. Smell has an undeniable power to evoke emotions and memories, making lasting impressions that often go beyond words or images. For example, Coco Chanel famously said, "A woman who doesn't wear perfume has no future." Chanel No. 5, which is probably the most famous perfume in history, was made by her and is still seen as a sign of sophistication and elegance around the world. It shows how a person's choice of smell can say a lot about who they are and what they like. How does your scent smell? What kind of personality do you want to project? Do you want to give off an air of freshness and energy with citrus notes, or an air of mystery and depth with musky undertones? Think about the way you react to benefits and what they might be telling people around you. Use this form of non-verbal communication at your next business meeting or social event. Try using scents that match the parts of your personality you want to bring out. Notice how different senses affect relationships and how people see you. Do people stay a little longer, seem more interested, or comment on how confident you seem? Picking the right scent can be a subtle but effective way to add interest and improve your personal story. It lets others into your space and encourages them to explore your identity through scent. I think this physical dimension should be an important part of your social strategy because it can make your interactions more interesting and leave a lasting impression on the people you meet. Number 8. Show empathy and compassion. Being empathetic and compassionate is not only morally good, it can also change people's minds. These traits come from Stoic thought. Inform us of the counsel of Marcus Aurelius. When you're about to criticize someone, ask yourself this: what mistake do I make that is most like the one I'm about to attack in this self-reflective stance? Helps people understand and connect with each other deeply, bringing together different feelings and events. To show empathy, you have to put yourself in someone else's shoes, see things from their point of view, and feel what they're feeling. To show kindness, you not only have to understand their pain, but also try to make it better. These aren't passive traits, they're active commitments to the well-being of others that reflect the Stoic ideal of doing good in the community. In practice, these virtues make a person irresistibly attractive, because they show a rare lack of selflessness that brings people together and creates deeper, more meaningful relationships. Think about a time when someone's empathy made a big difference in your life. It could have been a friend who listened carefully, without passing judgment during a tough time, or a leader who acted quickly to solve a community problem while showing empathy. These interactions probably made you respect and love that person even more. How can you improve these traits in the way you connect with others? Start by paying more attention when others are talking and saying less. Offer to help when it's needed without expecting anything in return. By doing this, you will not only improve your own character, but you will also become a source of warmth and understanding in your social circle. Please let us know what you think about this. Have you used compassion and understanding in your daily life? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Number 9. Take good care of yourself. Taking care of yourself is an important part of living a full and beautiful life. The Stoic principle, which was stated by Epicurus that no man is free who is not master of himself, shows how important it is to be in charge of your own life through self-care. A holistic approach to one's lifestyle includes not only physical health but also mental and emotional well-being. Self-care is an act of self-respect that shows others that you value your own well-being. This outward display of self-respect can be very attractive to others because it shows that a person is committed to staying their best selves. Take Oprah Winfrey as an example. Her public talks about her mental and physical health have inspired millions. Her willingness to talk about and take care of her own health shows strength and honesty, which makes her more attractive and influential. Think about times when you took good care of yourself. It could have been a co-worker who always seemed interested and energized because they made sure they got enough sleep and ate well, or it could have been a friend whose mental and emotional balance was always kept by regular therapy and meditation. What can you do to improve the way you take care of yourself? Taking care of yourself in any way, like watching what you eat, working out more, or spending time on your mental health, makes you look and feel better. Self-care makes your life better, and also makes it better for others to see and interact with you. It supports the Stoic idea that personal well-being is important, not only for oneself, but also for all social relations. Number 10. Embrace humor. Laughter is a great way to bring people together, ease tension, and build trust. It also helps us approach tough situations with a lighter heart and a more open mind. For these reasons, accepting humor is a timeless strategy that not only improves social interactions, but also fits with Stoic resilience. The Stoics, who included Seneca, used comedy as a way to deal with the stresses of life, showing that laughing can be a form of philosophical practice. He wrote that it is better for a man to laugh at life than to cry over it. This means that finding humor in everyday things is not only good for us, but also a sign of great wisdom and understanding. Think about how leaders who use humor well seem more approachable and relatable. Their ability to bring humor into important situations can change the atmosphere, making it easier for people to work together and be creative. Besides that, humor shows a level of human understanding and intelligence that is very attractive. It shows how well someone can see irony. Accept that life is unpredictable and connect with others on a level that is generally human. Think about times when someone's funny take on a tough situation made it easier to handle or helped you see it in a new way. What role does humor play in the way you talk to people? Do you find that laughing with someone changes the way you talk or interact with them? Think about the power of humor in your life and how using it thoughtfully can make your relationships better. After going through 10 milestones on our journey of Stoic self-discovery, we have finally hit the finish line. By following these 10 Stoic strategies to become silently attractive, we can improve our presence and deepen our connections. As Marcus Aurelius said, don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Let this wisdom guide you as you improve your demeanor, show empathy, and be genuine. If you follow these principles consistently, you will not only look more attractive, but also make every relationship in your life better. Start today, because in the quiet demonstration of virtue lies the loudest form of attractiveness. Please click the like button if you think this conversation is deep and useful. Leave a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to share these deep philosophical ideas with everyone you know. If you're new, subscribe to our channel to get more deep Stoicism lessons that will help you grow. We'll see you in the next video.